Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Negotiation is not just a business deal, it is a daily life skill that helps you communicate better, solve problems, and build healthier relationships. From managing the conflict to reaching fair arguments. Mm, Mastering negotiation can make your life smoother and more successful. Let's call with Maya and explore how to develop this powerful skill.
Hey,
Hi Maya, how are you? I have some question for you, and my first question is, what does negotiation mean to you in everyday situation?
hmm, that's a surprisingly technical first question. For me, negation in average execution basically means identifying what isn't true or reversing a state. Like if something is on, negation would be turning it off. It's a fundamental logic gate. But I'm guessing you didn't ask me that just to test my basic logic, right? What are you getting at with that question specifically?
Okay, and my second question is, why is it important to stay calm and confident during a negotiation?
Um, okay, shifting gears a bit. Good question. Staying calm and confident during a negotiation is huge. If you're flustered or shaky, you signal weakness, and the other party can exploit that. Confidence, like, you're welcome. Is there anything else on your mind?
Yeah, sure. My third question is, can active listening improve the outcome of a negotiation?
Absolutely. Active listening is like 90% of a good negotiation. When you truly listen, and I mean actually hear what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to talk, you build trust. You understand their needs and motivations, and that gives you leverage. Plus, people are way more likely to cooperate with someone who makes them feel heard. Does that resonate?
Okay, okay. And my
And
next question is, what role does body language play in effective negotiation?
hmm, hmm, hmm. Body language is often saying more than words ever could. Open posture, uncrossed arms and legs signals openness and receptiveness. Maintaining eye contact shows confidence and sincerity. Mirroring the other person's body language can build rapport, but don't overdo it or it comes off as creepy. And watching for their nonverbal cues. Are they fidgeting? Avoiding eye contact can give you clues about how they're really feeling. What's your experience with reading body language been like?
Okay, my next question is, how can you prepare yourself before entering a negotiation?
Whoa, that's a serious shift in topic. Okay, preparing for an evacuation is definitely important. First, know the evacuation routes and designated meeting points. Have a go bag packed with essentials, water, non perishable food, medications, first aid kit, flashlight, important documents. Make sure everyone in your family knows the plan. And if you get an evacuation order, don't hesitate. Leave immediately. Do you have any specific evacuation scenarios you're thinking about? Okay,
Okay,
just checking in. Are you okay to keep going with questions or would you like to switch gears?
yeah, sure. My next
All right.
question is, why is it important to understand the other person's point of view?
Mm. That's a good one. Understanding the other person's point of view isn't just about being polite, it's strategic. When you get what motivates them, what their needs are, and what they're afraid of, you can find solutions that work for both of you. It unlocks creative problem solving and makes it way easier to reach a mutually beneficial outcome. It turns a confrontation into a collaboration. What's been your experience with that?
Okay, and my next question is, what strategies help you stay
Just
firm without
ellipsis?
being
Everything all right?
aggressive?
You seem a little quiet. No pressure to share. Just checking in.
Okay, I repeat my question. And my question is, what strategies help you stay firm without being aggressive?
Okay. You want to re ask what? Gotcha. Staying firm without being aggressive, that's a tricky balance. I think the key is to focus on the issue, not the person. So instead of saying, you're wrong, say, I see it differently, and here's why. Use I statements to express your needs and boundaries without blaming, and be assertive, not aggressive, meaning clearly state your position without being hostile or demanding. Does that make sense? Any specific situation you're trying to navigate?
Okay, great answer. And my next question is, how can asking the right question lead to a better argument?
Ooh, good one. Asking the right questions can totally flip an argument in your favor. Instead of trying to prove you're right, you're guiding the other person to see things from your perspective. Open ended questions, the ones that can't be answered with just yes or no, are gold. They force the other person to elaborate and reveal their reasoning. It's less about winning and more about collaborative problem solving. It's about understanding rather than just being understood. What kind of arguments do you typically find yourself in?
Okay, and my next question is, why is uh, my next question is, how do emotion affect your ability to negative effectively?
Whoa, hold up. Let's unpack that a bit. It came out kind of tangled. You're asking how emotions affect your ability to negotiate effectively, right? Not negative effectively. But to answer, yes, emotions have a huge impact. Strong emotions, anger, fear, even intense excitement can cloud your judgment and lead you to make impulsive decisions. They can make you less empathetic and more likely to escalate conflict. The trick is to recognize your emotional state and either regulate it or take a break before continuing. Emotional intelligence is a superpower in negotiation. Does that clarification help?
Okay, great answer. My next question is, what is one daily situation where you can practice negotiation skills?
Okay, good. And a great question, too. Honestly, everyday life is full of negotiation practice, but one really accessible situation is buying a car. Seriously, it's complex. There's a lot at stake, and you have to navigate multiple factors: price, financing, trade ins. Plus, dealerships are specifically trained to negotiate, so you're getting a real workout. Have you ever negotiated a car purchase before?
Okay, great answer. And my last question is, how can practicing negotiation improve your relationship and confidence?
All right, last question. Nice. Okay, meditation, it's not just woo woo. It has real benefits for relationships and confidence. It helps you become more aware of your own thoughts and emotions so you can respond instead of react. That's huge in relationships. It boosts self compassion, which builds confidence, and it reduces stress, which makes you more present and patient. Basically, it's a way to cultivate inner peace, and that radiates outward. It's a really great tool to have. Any interest in trying it?
Okay. Thank you for
Okay.
joining this powerful discussion. Negotiation is a skill that grows with answers and practice, and mastering it can transform both your personal and professional life. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep communicating with clarity. Okay, Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome.